The HOPE spacecraft is preparing to enter orbit around the red planet Mars. The Emirates Mars mission, also known as HOPE, will attempt to enter orbit around Mars on February 9th during a 27-minute insertion maneuver. The HOPE spacecraft will arrive at the red planet soon. Those individuals who are involved with the mission have a mixture of confidence and concern about the chances of successfully entering orbit. The Emirates Mars mission, or HOPE spacecraft, will arrive at Mars on February 9th. It will enter orbit at approximately 10:41 a.m. Eastern Time. The spacecraft will start its main thrusters for 27 minutes to slow it down enough for the planet's gravity to capture the spacecraft for orbit entry. The maneuver is one of the most critical phases of the mission after its launch in July 2020. Failure to perform this maneuver as planned may prevent the spacecraft from entering orbit or even cause a collision between the spacecraft and the red planet Mars. This is what happened to NASA's Mars Climate Orbiter mission in the year 1999. According to the individuals who have worked diligently on this mission, this is a heavily rehearsed, designed, and tested maneuver. But they have never used the thrusters on the spacecraft for 27 minutes continuously. They are going to burn half of their fuel. 7 years of work involving a team of amazing and extraordinary individuals from several continents across the globe rests on the fate of Mars orbit insertion, which is not an easy maneuver. Some persons are quite comfortable, whilst others are uncomfortable or worried about this situation. Others involved in the HOPE mission, however, are very confident. They believe that the spacecraft is very healthy and ready to enter into Mars orbit. Many of them have worked with the UAE to assemble the spacecraft and provided some of its main instruments. The spacecraft is also on its planned trajectory. The thrusters that will be used for the orbit capture maneuver have been tested many times for short burns, including course corrections after launch. The key is to start the maneuver on time. That is most likely the riskiest part of the maneuver. It's highly practiced, highly simulated, highly analyzed event. Of course, many of them cannot imagine being better prepared than they are right now for the HOPE spacecraft to enter into Mars orbit entry. They are very fortunate to have a very healthy spacecraft. According to these individuals, everything is looking very good at the moment, and they are quite optimistic about the HOPE spacecraft entering Mars's orbit. Those preparations do not come with just a little bit of stress. Many astronomers are awake at night in a cold sweat, wondering and thinking and rethinking the aspects of the mission. These engineers, however, believe that what is critical is that the spacecraft is healthy for the mission. But they also say it is not as healthy for the individuals working on the mission. Should HOPE make it into orbit, it will use its suite of 3 instruments to provide a comprehensive view of the Martian atmosphere, including tracking the planet's weather and studying processes by which gases escape the atmosphere into space. These research will begin later in the year once the spacecraft maneuvers into its final orbit between 20,000 and 43,000 kilometers in altitude. The orbit will allow the spacecraft to capture a complete view of the planet's atmosphere across the planet and at different times of the day every 9 days. There's about to be a huge collection of data headed the way of these researchers and engineers. Of course, they are still optimistic about the upcoming orbit insertion maneuver. There's a chance that it might not go well, but they will deal with that if it happens. The mission is a flagship for the UAE's Young Space Program, demonstrating its capabilities and serving as a symbol of the country's technological achievements, both for its citizens and those in the Gulf region. The mission coincides with the UAE's 50th anniversary. They're seeing a lot of excitement in the country. And of course, there's a lot of support for the Hope mission. And they are basically counting down until Hope's arrival at the Martian planet. The mission is the first of 3 arriving at Mars this month and will be followed by February 10th, Tianwen-1 spacecraft from China, which will go into orbit before deploying a lander with a rover, likely in May. NASA's Mars 2020 mission will land the rover Perseverance on Mars on February 18th. Simply getting Hope built and launched, specifically amidst the disruptions of the pandemic, was a major achievement for the UAE. But of course, many will agree that they were not ready to declare Hope a success, even if it does make it into orbit. For them to declare a mission successful will be a very difficult thing to do. It's a continuous learning experience. It's a continuous mission. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this amazing achievement by the UAE in having launched the Hope spacecraft quite successfully. And just in a matter of 2 days, it would have arrived at the planet Mars and will be preparing to enter into Martian orbit. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.